What's going on, Milli Roaders? If this is not your first time tuning to a channel, welcome back. If this is your first time, welcome to the channel. Before I get this video started, I want to give a huge shout out to the Collection Florida for letting me come back and review another car for you guys. Today I have the 2020 Alfa Romeo Stelvio TI, and what a beautiful car it is. But if you guys want this car or any other car, please make sure to check my description below where I have the information for the collection and Junior, which is actually the sales manager for Alfa Romeo, so you can get in contact with them and make sure to come test drive this car and even take one home. All right, so let's get started with this review. Alright guys, so as you can tell right here, I have the 2020 Alfa Romeo Stelvio TI, and what a beautiful car this is. I absolutely love the front of all these Alfa Romeos. I love that triangular looking grille, and I love the headlights, how they point down, and it makes the car look really aggressive in the front. I mean, just look at this. And of course, the Alfa Romeo logo right there in the center is a nice touch. Going around this car, you see it does have some very nice wheels here, and of course a big red brake caliper, which is a very nice touch. These wheels are a little unique because they are all circles throughout the entire wheel, and I haven't seen that before, and I kind of like them. I think it matches perfectly with the car, and it's a nice touch to add to the exterior of this car. Now this car in particular has a white exterior and a black roof, which is a super nice touch. I always like white cars with black roofs. I think it's a super nice touch on all of them, so I think it matches very nicely. And of course you can see right through there that this car does have red guts, but we'll get to that later. All right guys, so now that I flipped the car around, the first thing you'll be able to tell on this car that does resemble a lot of the Giulia is actually the taillights. They actually look very similar, and I actually like these taillights a lot. But the main thing that you could probably notice is that it does have this dual exhaust right here, and it looks very nice. It ties the end very good, and of course this car in the rear is very rounded out, which I absolutely love. It has a nice shape. This car has a very nice shape, and it's not so tall. So I'm up around 5'9", and I don't know if you're able to see it, but I'm like a little bit taller than the car. I absolutely love this car, how it looks on the outside, and there is an Alfa Romeo over here, so let me just point that out real quick. All right, so there is the Giulia right there, and as you can tell, the taillights are exactly like the Stelvio, which is another Stelvio right there and another one right there. So as you can see, there's plenty of inventory right there, so come buy one. So yeah guys, I love this car on the outside, and I think you absolutely love it too. It's very comfortable. So I like to do this thing on all my reviews, whereas that I get my set of golf clubs and I try to see if it fits into the cars that I review. So it doesn't matter if they're exotic, they're regular cars, SUVs. I want to make sure that the golf clubs fit in the rear of this car. So let's get to that right now and let's find out. All right guys, so I have the Stelvio right here, and let's see how much storage space this car actually has. So on paper it says it has 18.5 cubic feet of storage with the rear seats up, and 56.6 cubic feet of storage with the rear seats down. But I don't want to put the rear seats down to be able to fit my golf clubs, and I don't think you want to do that either. So let's try it right now. So this key does come with power liftgate, or this car does come with power liftgate. So I'm gonna press on that right now, and you see the liftgate opens up, and the key is actually very nice. It's very heavy, so I really like it a lot. But let's get to the good part. All right, I have it right here, and oh yeah, this is definitely gonna fit. Definitely. Oh my god, like a breeze, guys. All right, so as you can tell, this thing fit without an issue with the rear seats still up, which is great. So once again, 18.5 cubic feet of storage with the rear seats up, which is fantastic, and a 56.6 cubic feet of storage if you put the rear seats down. But as you can tell, there's plenty more space to put more things in here. Like, you can go grocery shopping right after playing golf, and I think you should be fine with the space. I mean, that's really good. Give me a thumbs up if you like this car so far. I absolutely love it, but let's get to the interior, which it has cool features, especially with the 2020s compared to a 2019, that there's a few features that 2019s did not have. So let's get to that now. All right, guys, so now that we're in the 2020 Alfa Romeo Stelvio TI, I really like the interior of this car a lot, especially that it is red seats everywhere. I mean, I like to call it the red guts, and that's what the cool kids say. Yeah. But anyways, I really like the steering wheel, and mostly because it is a flat bottom steering wheel, as you can tell right here, but it does have the start stop button also, and I really enjoy that a lot. Instead of just having the traditional start stop button here or here, they have it on the steering wheel, which I really like. So good job, Alfa. Coming to the side of this car, you see that this door does have leather everywhere, and of course red leather here, but it is very squishy and very comfortable. So you can put your arm and rest it there and still be very comfortable, and it's not plastic like other cars. And of course, slam the door, and it does have a very nice stud compared to other cars as well. So I really like that a lot. Continuing with the door, you can see that it does have red stitching throughout the entire car, which is beautiful, and it does go all the way to the rear seats, which is very nice. And one thing that I do want to talk about this car, since it is a 2020 compared to a 2019 Giulia Quadrifoglio that I reviewed last week, this car actually does come with the touchscreen. So the infotainment system is an 8.8-inch touchscreen that does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which is great, finally, thank God. But yes, it's kind of laggy, so I don't like it. I like that it does come with obviously a touchscreen finally, but it's a little laggy. I wish they would just put a little bit more processing power in there, you know, to make a switch between the menus actually kind of faster, but not a big deal, of course. This car does have this nice wood trim throughout the entire car actually, but here in the center console, you press it in and you have two cup holders there with a USB port right here as well, so you connect your Apple CarPlay, or if you want to connect your Apple CarPlay, you also have a USB B port or a USB C port right here inside the little cubby in the center console. So that's actually pretty nice. Continuing with the center console, I actually like this shifter. It feels like BMW. So pull it to D to drive, push it up to reverse. And coming to my next point, which I kind of don't like this, is that once you put it in reverse, I feel like this part takes up so much space of the screen, and you're left with a little screen here to see where you're reversing into and so forth. This should have been maybe a little bit bigger in my opinion. Maybe I'm just, I don't know, I'm being too picky, but I wish it would have been a little bit bigger so you'll be able to see more behind you and less of the actual, I guess, surrounding of this fake car right here. But that's just my opinion. Again, not a big deal. So let's put this thing back on park by just pressing it down, which is nice, and move on here. So here you have a knob to put in the different driving modes. So you could go up and you put in dynamic, and you could go back to normal how it was, or down to auto. And once you change it around, you see that here on the screen, it does tell you exactly what mode you're in, which is actually pretty cool. Here you have this knob here as well, which if you twist the knob, it actually goes around to different menus that you had here on the infotainment screen, which is actually pretty nice. And if you push up, it takes you to different menus as well. So that's cool. It's kind of like a quick little shortcut to go back home or whatever. You press down and you select stuff, and you know, it's still pretty laggy, but you won't notice it as much as pressing it here to go to a different menu than if you would to press it here. This car, actually, the price is $45,000 starting, and this car that I'm driving right now is actually $54,000 because of all the options. But anyways, I'm gonna go sit behind myself so I can show you guys how much space there is in the rear seats, and that way you can compare, you know, how you would fit in this car. This is my driving position right here, and I think I'm pretty comfortable. So if I were to go behind myself, we'll see how much leg room I have back there. All right, that was fast. So anyways, I'm behind myself, and as you can see, there is plenty of space. I mean, a ton of leg room right here, and the seats are actually super comfortable back here. Of course, red again, and it does have this nice little armrest right here with two more cup holders, which is actually very nice and comfortable. I actually enjoy it a lot. It does have the Alfa Romeo logo right there, or the Alfa Romeo name, which is actually pretty cool. Moving down here into the center, you also see that there are 2 more USB ports right there under the air vents, which is actually cool. So you have whatever passengers back here, they could also charge their phone without bothering the driver or the passenger up front. Cool feature is that to turn on the lights is actually not here like how it would normally be with other cars. It's actually right here in the center. So I think that's actually, it's actually pretty cool. It's a nice touch, and I like how it dims out and dims in when you press that little button. So all in all, I really like this car. It's very comfortable, and I keep on thinking, I don't know if I would rather pick this than a Q5, because I feel like they are in the same level or the same category, and I don't know. All right, guys, so now that we're back in the front of the car, I think it's time to take this car out for a drive, because I really want to see how it feels when you drive over bumps and see how well it handles it, and also the acceleration in this car. It does come with 280 horsepower and an inline 4 turbocharged engine, so I think it's going to have the extra torque, and on numbers it says it does have 306 pound-feet of torque, which is actually very good. So let's see how it performs and how well it drives. I already drove it around here in the parking lot, and the steering wheel is very, very soft, so it's very nice. But I really want to see how it drives on the street, so let's get to that now. All right, guys, so now I'm driving the 2020 Alfa Romeo Stelvio TI, and let me tell you, I really like how it drives. The only gripe about it right now that I'm feeling is the brake. You really have to mush on it so you come to a complete stop. Whatever, not a big deal, but just be aware of that. Aside from that, I do like driving this car right now in normal. It's very tame. It's soft, so it's taking the bumps really well. So that's something I really wanted to test on this car, to see how well it took the bumps. And I really don't feel the bumps. You still feel the sportiness of the car, but not to an extent where the entire car like just jumps around when you take a bump. So I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah. So anyways, I'm gonna put it in dynamic mode, and I just changed it to dynamic mode, and yep, as I figured, the steering wheel definitely got a little bit harder when you turn, and it's definitely a lot more torquey. So the pedal is very sensitive compared to how it was on normal mode. So now I'm gonna take this back street right here, and I'm gonna give it a quick little acceleration to see how fast this car really is. So full stop, and I'm gonna smash on the gas pedal. Oh, there's a turbo. All right, so right off the bat, obviously I didn't do launch control on the car, but you're gonna see that the car is kind of lagging. Of course, that is because of the turbo, which is expected. It is a single turbo, it's not twin turbo, so it does have to spool up and take a little bit longer to give you that nice little kick, but it is not a slouch. It actually did accelerate very nice, and that comes from the 280 horsepower and the 306 pound-feet of torque that this car does come with. And I'm just waiting on 2 old people that are literally walking in the middle of the street. So now that those people got out of the road and I could actually drive this car, I actually do like how it drives. I'm gonna put it back in normal mode, because I feel like that's the mode that I would like driving this car most. And it's just because everything's so soft and tamed. I really enjoy it. It takes the bumps really well. It accelerates actually pretty nicely. So I'm gonna do another quick acceleration here, but at a higher speed, to see how long it takes to downshift to the right gear and then take off. So let's see. I'm going 30 miles per hour, and I'm gonna mash the gas pedal right now. All right. So yeah, it's pretty. It has a pretty good amount of horsepower and torque to get it up and running, but it does take a little bit longer to make those downshifts and accelerate. You know what? Every time I pass by with somebody with these Alfa Romeos, there's not many people that have them. So whenever there's like, I'm next to somebody like these people next to me, they're looking at the car, and I think they really like it. So, you know, if you're watching this and you see yourself on this video, make sure to go to the collection and ask for Junior. He'll hook you up, or he'll help you out so you get in this car, because actually, I mean, it's super nice. All right, so now we're gonna actually accelerate a little bit. I think we have a little bit of space here. So you guys, I'm gonna do a quick little run here from 20 miles per hour. I'm gonna accelerate to 30, so here we go. So as you can see, it's not a slouch. This car actually accelerates pretty nicely, and you know, no complaints there. It's a pretty big car. It's not a sedan. What more do you want? So I went to the construction zone, and of course it took the bumps very well. I keep on telling you guys, every time I pass by somewhere that people haven't seen this car, there's breaknecks, because you don't see these cars very often. They're actually very nice looking. All right guys, so quick recap of this car. It has 280 horsepower and 306 pound-feet of torque, which is actually pretty nice. It's not a slouch, and I'll show you right here. There's a turbo. Oh! So once the turbo kicks in, it's actually very nice, and it has a very good pickup. So yeah, so 306 pound-feet of torque and 280 horsepower. Storage space is great, 18.5 with the rear seats up. But if you want to put the rear seats down, 56.6 cubic feet of storage, which is plenty. But you can see how my golf clubs fit back there without a problem. The interior, beautiful. Red leather everywhere. Seats are super comfortable, and there's plenty of space for your passengers, so you can fit 5 people in here without a problem. The steering wheel feels super nice. I think it's unique with that engine start-stop button right there on the steering wheel instead of being somewhere else. I really like that a lot. And just the shifter, it's kind of like any other shifter, so whatever, not a big deal. The only thing I don't like about this car is again the infotainment system, and that's very laggy. And I'm sorry, fans of Alfa Romeo, I know, but I feel like the infotainment system could be a little bit faster. So Alfa Romeo, if you're watching this, the 2021s, hey, they could come with a faster response time on the infotainment system. If you want me to test it out, you let me know. So yeah, that's pretty much the only thing I don't like about this car. All right guys, so that's all I have for you guys. If you like this video, please make sure to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, because I do like doing these reviews weekly. And also please make sure to check out the collection and give them a like on Instagram. All their information is gonna be in the description below, so you guys can follow them, check out their inventory. And if you want to get in touch with them, please make sure you tell them I sent you, so they could give you a, you know, they could help you out or give you a deal or just give me recognition for doing these reviews with their cars. But anyways guys, I think that's all for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I sure did enjoy making this video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.